Yo, what's up, folks? It's your boy Sports PSP in the building. Hope you all enjoying your Monday. Man, folks, what a hell of a Super Bowl game we all witnessed yesterday between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Kansas City Chiefs pulled away with the victory, 38-35. They are now the Super Bowl champions. Andy Reid winning his second Super Bowl as a head coach. As for Patrick Mahomes, he also picked up the Super Bowl MVP. He finished the game 21-27 for 182 yards, 3 touchdown passes, QBR of 96.4, and a passer rating of 131.8. Before I get into the game in just a second, I want to take the time to acknowledge, man, what a hell of a Super Bowl and what a heck of a halftime Super Bowl performance by Rihanna. Rihanna was great. Rihanna was spectacular. She was phenomenal. It looked like she was pregnant, but either way, I mean, her performance for her, I mean, wow, man, that was just amazing. So I just wanted to get that off the record. But anyway, back to the game, folks. The Chiefs won 38-35. A lot of Philadelphia Eagles fans, of course, were upset because they had a 10-point lead at the start of the third quarter. And the Chiefs won. People want to talk about the controversial call by James Bradberry for holding, which led to Kansas City wasting as much time as possible in order for Harrison Butker to hit the game-winning field goal with just like 8 seconds left. And then Eagles' last drive, Jalen Hurts tried to attempt a Hail Mary pass, but wasn't even near the end zone or anything like that. Not a receiver in the way. But look, folks. Yes, I understand Philly fans. They're upset. They're furious because of the controversial holding call on James Bradberry. But James Bradberry did admit that he held on the play. I mean, let me just take the time to read the quote from James Bradberry. Let me just read it right here. He said, "I was hoping he would let it go, but of course he's a ref. It was a big game. It was a hold, so they called it." So that was huge. Yes, it was a huge mistake, and certainly I did not like how the way it ended with that penalty. But at the same time, Bradberry did admit he held on that play. So you can't make a mistake in that type of situation in a game of that magnitude. For the Eagles, I mean, look, man, it's tough. The only mistake they made offensively, the 3rd and 1, which was called back for 5 yards because of a false start. And then the next play later, Jalen Hurts fumbled the football, and Nick Bolton of the Kansas City Chiefs scooped it up and returned it for a touchdown to put the score 14-14. So people want to talk about the controversial call on James Bradberry. They want to talk about the other miscues with the Eagles. Of course, the Kadarius Toney, the longest punt return in Super Bowl history, that a couple plays later, Patrick Mahomes connected to Skylar Moore on a touchdown pass to put the score 35-27. I want to talk about how great the Kansas City Chiefs were. The Chiefs won this one. You could say that the game was rigged or scripted. You can say whatever you want, but still, Kansas City, I'm not going to do that to them. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. I'm not going to do that. Kansas City, they won it. And Patrick Mahomes did what he was supposed to do. He delivered. As far as I'm concerned with this victory, he is a top 3 quarterback of all time. The only quarterbacks that are in his way are Tom Brady and Joe Montana. That's about it. Andy Reid with this victory as well. This now puts him in the conversation, or you can make a case he's a top 5 head coach of all time. Even though I did pick the Eagles to win the Super Bowl, I wasn't mad that the Chiefs won because of Big Red Andy Reid, who's a brilliant offensive play caller. I mean, he picked apart that the Eagles defense. It wasn't just Patrick Mahomes. To say that Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy didn't have anything to do with that, that's a slap in the face to people who know football. Andy Reid, that brilliant offensive play caller, as well as Bieniemy, the way that they were dialing up and drawing up plays, That says something to how prolific this Chiefs offense were. Yes, we can talk about Mahomes and Kelsey and everybody else, but let's not discount Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy. Andy Reid, man, with this victory, I think you can make a case top 5 head coach of all time. I love everything about Andy Reid, not just as a head coach, but also as a person, as a human being. He's been a great person. He's given players who've had checkered past second chances. Go look at Michael Vick. Go look at Tyreek Hill. Look at Travis Kelce. Look at other players throughout his time in Philadelphia and Kansas City. Okay? Andy Reid is just a great human being. I'm very happy for him. As far as I'm concerned, Andy, go get yourself a double cheeseburger, okay? And with some fries and a milkshake or something. You deserve it. Patrick Mahomes, as far as I'm concerned, he's a top 3 quarterback of all time. Only quarterbacks I would put above him is Tom Brady and Joe Montana. Travis Kelce is the best tight end in the NFL as well. He's in the conversation as far as one of the greatest tight ends to have ever played in NFL history. The Chiefs defense, look, even though they gave up 35 points, but here and there they did make some key plays. And look, you just got to tip your hats off to Kansas City. Eagles fans, this is a painful, difficult loss, but I thought Jalen Hurts, he played phenomenal. 27-38, 304 yards, 1 touchdown pass. He did have 3 touchdowns on the ground. I think he's the type of quarterback that the Eagles give a long-term contract. They shouldn't even think twice about giving Jalen Hurts a long-term contract. They should just give it to him because he has those types of intangibles and he's only going to get even better. This is a painful loss for Philadelphia, but I think this is something that the Eagles can build around in the years to come. I still think they're going to be one of the teams in the NFC, and without a doubt, they're the best team in the NFC and NFC East, and Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in the NFC East. Sorry, Cowboy fans, I don't want to hear anything from y'all. But, folks, man, what a hell of a game. What a hell of a performance, man. And look, the Eagles, they had everything to go within their favor. I mean, time of possession, 35 minutes to 47 seconds compared to the Chiefs offense, 24 minutes to 13 seconds. But the Eagles on offense, they did commit the turnover, penalties. Kansas City was running the ball more effectively. Total yards, Philly did win 417. Kansas City 340. Yards per play, Kansas City had 6.4 yards per play to the Eagles 5.8. So the Chiefs won this one. People can talk about whether the Eagles blew it, the controversial play. I understand that, but James Bradbury did admit that he was holding. So at least, he admitted it. So if he admitted it, then to me, what else do you need? But it doesn't take you could look at other plays that in the Super Bowl that wasn't called for, and I get that. But if you're James Bradbury in that type of situation, you can't make that type of mistake, especially with a team like Kansas City. But I'm going to give Kansas City their credit, their due that it deserves. Y'all can say that the refs screwed them, that the game was scripted, whatever. But I got to give credit where Kansas City is. As far as I'm concerned, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL, let alone the best player in the NFL. Andy Reid is the best head coach in football, and he just picked apart that Eagles and outcoached Nick Sirianni. And I think Nick Sirianni is a very good coach. I also think Eric Bieniemy, who should be an NFL head coach, as much love as I give Andy Reid, we got to give some love to Eric Bieniemy calling plays as well. And I don't want to hear any more about, well, it's because of Andy Reid. Look, Matt Nagy and Doug Peterson were offensive coordinators under Andy Reid. They didn't call plays when Andy Reid was there, but they became head coaches and had success, okay? So I don't want to hear that. Eric Bieniemy should be a head coach. That's a story for another day. But you got to tip your hats off to Kansas City, that fan base there. Patrick Mahomes, he had to do it on a bad ankle. And think of everything this year without Tyreek Hill. 5,000 yards, over 5,000 yards passing, 41 touchdowns, led the NFL in passing yards and passing touchdowns. winning the MVP, winning the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl MVP. He had to do it on a bad ankle. And all the circumstances that he had to go through, beating Joe Burrow in the AFC Championship game, beating the Jacksonville Jaguars, getting the Kansas City Chiefs the #1 seed. Patrick Mahomes is just special, man. He's just special. And the sad thing is for NFL and for the rest of the NFL, he's only 27 years old. And Andy Reid damn sure ain't going nowhere. So I expect a couple more Super Bowls in the years to come with Kansas City. But those are my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. What do you make? Do you think it was good Chiefs, bad Eagles? Do you think that the Eagles were robbed? What were other things that I didn't mention? But please mention it in the comment section below, guys. Other than that, it's your boy Sports PSP. Hope you all enjoying the rest of your day, and God bless.